Everybody lines up. Wings it in. This shot attempt hits the back of the net. Berkeley. Now, oh my goodness!
There's a look at Finley Stadium in beautiful Chattanooga, Tennessee, home of one of two MLS Next Pro independent teams, Chattanooga FC. I'm Michelle Montaigne, joining you for another edition of The Report. And while CFC has been towards the top of the standings throughout the season, the other independent club, located approximately 350 miles east of Chattanooga, Carolina Core, needed a big win if they wanted to keep their playoff hopes intact. And a big win is exactly what they got this past match week. Not only did CCFC beat the number one team in the power rankings, but they also earned Team of the Match Week honors. Captain Jack Evans scored in stoppage time to give the visitors the lone goal of the match, and that would be all they'd need to hand FC Cincinnati to just their third loss at home this season. Head coach Roy Lassiter shared the meaning of the win afterward.
It's a very good win for us. It's nearly a turn of the corner for us. We can use this moment to kind of go forward and build up and press on. Obviously, we got a couple of home games coming up here, so that home stretch is going to be very, very important for us. So this win was monumental, really.
We just emphasized playing as a team and playing together and sticking together, and I think you could see that on the pitch. I think it was a team performance, and yeah, we fought to the very end and came away with 3 points. And hopefully, we're just going to keep our feet on the ground and we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, and we're just going to take it one game at a time.
Here's a closer look at Carolina Core FC's upcoming schedule. The next 5 games for the Foxes will be played at Truist Stadium, so they'll have home field advantage. During that run, though, they will host the likes of New England, Atlanta, Red Bulls 2, Philadelphia, and Crown Legacy, respectively. Another team in need of a big win to keep their playoff aspirations intact, Huntsville City FC. Johnny Bolaños and co. came in clutch in front of their home fans to earn a vital win and keep their chances of clinching a playoff spot alive. Their 3-2 victory over Red Bulls 2 extended their unbeaten streak to 3 in a row. Post-game, Bolaños shared where this recent run of form has stemmed from.
We just want to end on the strongest note possible. I think with Chris coming in, it was a great fresh start from us. We're all loving his game plan, and you see that on the field.
I think one is that their willingness to work for each other. They're committed to each other. They're committed to what we're trying to do. And as you can see, they're taking steps in the right direction, and they're moving in a way that we want them to be going right now. So very happy with them.
Like Carolina Core, Huntsville understands just how significant each of their next several matches are. Up next for them, 3 of the next 5 are on the road. They will then host Inter Miami 2 and the top team in the Eastern standings, FC Cincinnati 2. Another team feeling the pressure of precious points, Chattanooga FC. Despite trailing Crown Legacy 1-0 until the 88th minute, the independent side was able to equalize off a Mehdi Ouamri goal. Then by forcing a shootout, CFC was able to secure the extra point off of a 3-2 shootout victory. On the other hand, despite not coming out with that extra point, Crown Legacy remains in playoff contention in the East. As we take a look at positions 7 through 14 in the standings here, we see that not a lot of points separate those last 2 playoff spots from those on the outside looking in. As mentioned earlier, the wins by Carolina Core and Huntsville City FC are only making things more interesting as we get to the final stages of the season. We've seen them do it time and time again, from their first championship run in 2022 with the likes of MVP Jason Russell-Rowe and Mo Farsi, then their incredible run through the 2023 playoffs to make it to the Cup final. Crew 2 just seems to know how to step up when it matters most. And this year, their quest for glory appears to be starting a little earlier than last year's. With their win over New England Revolution 2, Crew 2 extended their win streak to 4. They are now unbeaten in 10 straight games. You'd have to go all the way back to the first game of June for the last time they lost a match. As for what's caused the recent run of form, head coach Kelvin Jones says,
yeah, you're unbeaten in the last 10, and every result in those 10 is different. So the group has learned how to win in different ways, and today as well as you may not have been your best performance, but you got the result. So pleased with that. We put this in a really good place for the collective goal to get the playoffs. But again, as always, there's a lot to work on throughout the week to prepare for the next match. It really won't be easy.
Let's take a bigger look at Crew 2 by the numbers during this streak. Their last defeat took place on June 2nd, and since they've scored 27 goals while only allowing 12. There have been 11 different goal scorers for Crew 2 and 4 shootout wins.
Pedrinho scores! Pedrinho, the substitute, draws the penalty, scores the penalty. Garcia going back to Fonseca, and he puts it in.
Cutting back, Herbert Endely. Oh my gosh! What a dive! And Pedrinho's on the end of it.
Solly into Tariq Scott, the extra ball to Pedrinho, and the 2-goal lead back for North Texas.
While Pedrinho has gotten a lot of the attention for North Texas SC, it's safe to say that the number 1 seed in the West is certainly more of a balancing act. Tariq Scott, Ennis Sally, and Pedrinho have all contributed significantly to that best goal differential in the league, and against their Texas in-state rival, that offensive balancing act was on full display. Both Tariq Scott and Pedrinho would open scoring with the first 2 goals for North Texas against Dynamo Dos. Then, despite Houston getting one back for the visitors, it would not be enough, as Pedrinho then finished with a brace, and Tomas Pondeca sealed the deal on the way to a 4-1 victory. North Texas remains undefeated at home this season. A big reason why? Throughout the course of the season, over 10 different players have found the back of the net for North Texas SC. The goal scoring is led by both midfielder Pedrinho and forward Tariq Scott, who both have 8 on the season. And as Sally has 7 so far, Diego Garcia has 4 and is looking to add even more. Now, as you can see here, the contributions of those 4 have certainly helped propel North Texas SC to the top of the MLS Next Pro Power Rankings. A team that's made a big leap in these rankings, St. Louis City 2, who's now number 2. They're looking to continue their strong season, so when the time comes, they get to pick their opponent come playoffs. Now, their most recent win, a 3-goal shutout victory over MNUFC 2. The clean sheet marked City 2's 7th of the season as their defense continues to allow the 3rd fewest goals against in all of MLS Next Pro. Now, offensively, one of those 3 goals came, of course, off of the foot of Makai Joyner, marking his 10th of this season. With that, he leads the team in St. Louis in goal scoring and has himself tied for a 3rd in goals scored in the league. And speaking of, let's take a look at the updated Golden Boot race standings. David Poreba remains in sole first with 15 goals on the season, including one in Fire 2's most recent match versus Union 2. Now, they boast the player in second place, Eddie Davis, who's netted 11 so far this season. Joiner's 10 are tied with New York City FC 2's Taylor Calhera in 3rd place. Now, the goals just keep coming. I know we love to see them, and we also know that the games from here on out will continue to mean more and more. You can catch all of them at MLSNextPro.com or on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Michelle Montaigne. We'll see you soon.